It's me again, Joe, you Bisaya reader, and welcome back to another video. And for today, I'm going to present to you my 2019 reading statistics. So basically, these are actually the somewhat we're talking about numbers here. So it's statistics, one of the subjects I really hate way back in junior high. But yep, going back to the video. In this video, I'm going to present to you how many books I've read this year, average pages, how many books I've read per month, or the categories, genres, and there's going to be a lot. So let's just dive right into it. So before we proceed, for the year 2019, I've read a total of 41 books, which is really far from my 2019 Goodreads Reading Challenge, which is 100. I've read a total of 15,193 pages. My average star rating is 3.73 and average pages per book is 370 pages, 0.56. So I've been reading a lot of thick books. So we'll start with the category. I talk about the category for those who are confused with category and genre. Genre and category is actually different. I talk about category, it's actually the age category. So if you're talking about category, it's young adult, adult, new adult. There's a new one, new adult, middle grade, and for genres, these are your fantasy, science fiction, yada yada yada. So yep, for category first, out of the 41 books I've read 28 under adult category, and 11 under young adult category, and only 2 from adult grade category. This is actually a revelation for me as a reader because way back in 2018 or years before that, I tend to gravitate towards reading young adult or middle grade books. But something really changed on 2019, and I found myself really enjoying much reading adult categories. So that's main reason why I've read 28 books under the adult category, over 11 only under young adult. It doesn't mean that young adult is not good or I hate young adult anymore. It's just because I really changed or I've grown something around, or I gravitate towards adult because the main reason. Let me just give it to you. The main reason why I tend to avoid young adult for the past couple of months or last year is that because I really got tired of the tropes given to me by young adults, like insta love or yada yada. Young adult tropes that is really disappointing and cringy. That's the main reason why I tend to avoid young adult last year and dive into adult, which is more mature and kind of fresh to me. Next is for the format. I have read 21 paperbacks for the format. I've read only 11 hardcovers or hardback covers, 9 ebooks. Genre. So this is kind of interesting because this is also a revelation for me. I was able to, I'm actually really proud of myself. I can actually say that I'm kind of a diverse reader when it comes to the 2019 reading year because I have read a couple of genres that just don't stick. I'm not the kind of reader that just read fantasy or sci-fi or avoid other genre. I'm the kind of reader that tries to explore other genres, and it's actually depend on the mood since I'm a mood reader. So that probably explains why I've read a couple of genres last year. The only genre that I'm really close-minded or I'm really avoiding and I will be avoiding for the next years to come is going to be romance. I don't really see myself reading romance, but that's what I said to myself a couple of years ago, that I'm not going to read mystery crime because it makes me look old. And here I am in the year 2019, I'm reading mystery crime thriller genre. So probably years from now, you won't be surprised I'll be reading something under romance genre, but hopefully not. I'm not really into romance, guys, but so let's dive into it. Genres. Fantasy. I've read a lot of fantasy, and also non-fiction or thriller. I've read a couple of thrillers, fantasy and contemporary, but it was actually fantasy that dominated. Almost 50% of it was actually under the fantasy genre. For the page length, I have read out of the 41 books. I've read one that's around 600 to 699. There's 5 out of the 41 that I've read around 500 to 599. So basically, I have read 6 thick books in 2018. So talk about thick books. In order for you to consider a book thick or under a thick book category, is that they need to have pages 501 and above. So if the book is 501 pages and above, that's already a thick book for me. So basically, in the year 2019 up to 41, I've read 14%, 6 books. 6 thick books, which is kind of impressive. And I've read 400 to 439 semi-thick books, 11 of it, and 300 to 399 pages. I've read 14 books. There's only 5 books that I've read with 100 to 199 pages, and also another 5 books with 200 to 299 pages. So basically, I can conclude that I've been reading semi-average or semi-thick or thicker books compared to a couple of years ago. Next is the number of books, or the number of books I've read per month. So there's 12 months in a year, and unfortunately for the month of January 2019, I have not read any books. I don't know, maybe because I was really busy in grad school this time. I was in UP Manila grad school, and it's actually our finals that time. And yep, that's the main reason why I wasn't able to read something here. Also, I moved in, we broke up, and it was a tough time at that time. On January, I wasn't able to really grab something that time. So basically, I haven't read any books for the month of January 2019. And after that one, I've read 3 books. 3 for the months February, March, and April. I've been consistent for the next 3 months. For the month of May, surprisingly, I've read 2 books. For the month of June, I don't know what. Oh, I was really sick at June and May, but surprisingly, I was still able to read 3 books around this time. And for the month of June, this is actually the peak of where I'm starting to recover from my sickness, from my illness rather. I only read 1 book, but your boy did something great on July. I have read 9 books, guys. 9 books. It's actually the best reading month for me for the year 2019. I can still remember this is the day or the month I've read Big Little Lies, and I forgot the books that I've read in July last year, but I've read 9, which is really impressive. And after that one, I wasn't really able to maintain my greatness. On August, I read 4. On September, I've read 6. On October, I read 4, and then on November and December, I've only read 3 books each because I was really busy actually here in the office. I started going back to the office on October, but I still was able to read the 4 books. But when in November and December, things get really crazy in the office, so I was able to only read 3 books each. So, yep, not bad, right? So, next is what you call this one? Books read per month. Pages per month rather. The pages per month is for January again 0 pages read. For February, I've read 1,000 pages. March, I've read 1,400 pages. April, 700, 300, 100 only in June because it's only 1 book. I think it's a graphic novel, saga I think. Next is on July, I've read 3,749. This is the month I read 9 books. And September, and so on and so forth. So average pages per month is actually 1,266, which is not bad. Pages per day for January 0, of course. I'm reading 40 books, 40 pages per day. Imagine, look at on July, I've been reading 121 pages per day. I'm averaging 121 pages per day, which is, how did I do that? And yeah, also in 70 on September, that's actually really amazing. Also, because I've been reading 70 pages in a day, average on the month of September. And for the average days for me to finish a book on June, because since I've read only 1 book, so it took me 30 days to finish a book. That makes sense. In July, I've been reading 1 book every 3 days. Imagine 3. Average of 3 days per book on July. On August, 8 days per book, 5 days per book in September, and 10 days per book for November and December. And star ratings, My star ratings is actually not really very generous when it comes to ratings, and I have read I gave 0% on 1 star. I on all the 41 books I've read last year, I never gave a 1 star rating. I gave 5 books 2 stars. I gave 14 books 3 stars, which is almost half, for 34%. I gave 9 books 4 stars, and surprisingly, I gave 13 books 5 stars. I've read a lot of good books last year, guys, and it's 32%. I gave it 5 stars, which is really, really weird and rare. So, yep. So, in case you're wondering what are the books that I gave 5 stars last year, let me see. The first book that I've read, the first 5 star read I got last year was The Obelisk Gate, way back in what you call it? Yep, 7 is July. I read Obelisk Gate on July. I gave it 5 stars. Um, Big Little Lies. I read it in July. Also, I gave it 5 stars. And the next 5 star read is Then She Was Gone, another adult thriller. Read it in July also. Next 5 star book I gave 5 star rating is I read it in August. That is A Monster Calls by Patrick Ness. Made me cry. Next is what you call this one? 9. Is it August? August ba yun? 9. September. Hero of Ages by Brandon Sanderson. The finale of the first saga of the Mistborn trilogy by Brandon Sanderson, which is obviously I gave it 5 stars. The Emperor's Road, another Brandon Sanderson, a novella, a Hugo Award novella, winning novella of Brandon Sanderson, which is I also initially gave it 4.5 stars, and after several further evaluation and talking and chatting with Graf, I immediately gave it 5 stars because I think it really deserves the 5 stars, knowing how short it is, but it was still able to blow my mind. And actually, just a trivia from Then She Was Gone, Monster Calls, Hero of Ages, Emperor's Soul, and then the next one is The Serpent King, which is a young adult contemporary, which I also gave 5 star. I read that continuously, so it's a streak of 5 star reads from Then She Was Gone, Monster Calls, Hero of Ages, Emperor's Soul, and then The Serpent King. And then the book that destroyed the 5 star rating streak is Vicious by Visual, which is book of the month on Bisaya's Book Club. Next, I gave again another 5 star read, and it totally deserved the 5 star rating, and that is the finale of the Broken Earth trilogy by N.K. Jemisin, The Stone Sky, which is, if you haven't read the Broken Earth trilogy, guys, you need to. Broken Earth trilogy, the first book is The Fifth Season, Obelisk Gate. Fifth Season was around 5 stars also, 4.5, 5 stars. Obelisk Gate, which is around 4.5, also I read it at 5 stars. Stone Sky was sold 5 stars, it's even way higher than 5 stars. The weakest of the three for me is Obelisk Gate, but Stone Sky, no questions asked. Non-negotiable, 5 star read. Next 5 star read is A Man Called Ova, which I read in October. Another 5 star read is Grey Sister by Mark Lawrence, the second book of the Ancestor trilogy. First book is Red Sister. I gave Grey Sister 5 stars. So initially, first part of the book, I gave it 3 stars, but the ending, the second half, and the way it ended, 5 star. Non-negotiable 5 star. Next is a winner of Pulitzer Prize 2007, Cormac McCarthy's The Road. Oh, very really deserves a 5 star. Weird writing style, but very impressive. Next is The Toll by Neil Schusterman, the finale of The Arkham Side trilogy. I have to explain myself. I'm a big fan of this, and I totally deserve the 5 stars. And the last 5 star read, or the 5 star book that I gave, last book that I've read that I gave 5 star rating is going to be The Holy Sister. Again, the third book of the Book of the Sister trilogy by Mark Lawrence. Holy Sister, holy macaroni, non-negotiable again. Totally deserve 5 stars from start to finish, and perfect. And for perfect and awesome trilogy. So yeah, that's it, guys. Thank you so much for watching this video. And if you like this video, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Also, leave some comments below. Leave some comments below. Let me know how many books you read last year. If you're able to reach your Goodreads reading challenge, or also what's your favorite books. Also, how many books you gave 5 stars? What's your favorite genre so far? How many books you read under adult or young adult categories? So yep. I'm really happy to chat with you, or talk with you in the comment section below. Thank you so much, and happy Chinese New Year, by the way. Bye bye.